Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Hi. It was raining out, and I was running in the rain, and it was a lot of fun for me. Anyway, let's. I just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, we got some Professor Lando. Someone was suggesting some Professor Lando, and I do like him. I think he does this stuff live, and then he clips it up, which is really cool. Crazy stuff, quick, wacky, wild stuff. So yeah, we're gonna check it out. Submissive and Breedable Explained. I already know what this means because I've been around. I've been around town. Yeah, so let's check it out. And the first word on the board is MILF. So
I've been disappointed because we asked the question, does a MILF have to be a mother? And
no,
I
absolutely
told
not.
you, class, that no.
Thank you.
I think the conclusion we drew was that
Glad we got that cleared up.
a MILF doesn't literally have to be a mother. Marissa Tomei,
MILF.
the actress who plays Tom Holland's Spider-Man's Aunt May.
I haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies. There's going to be a lot of pausing here, probably. But yeah, that is a MILF. Back in the day, no. Back in My Cousin Vinny, no. But now, absolutely MILF.
Thought it was clear. We did the readings, we went over it in class, but I guess some of the students were simply not paying attention. I had a lot of comments saying that Marissa Tomei, they said, Professor, that's a cougar. I appreciate the effort.
Well,
I appreciate that the cogs are turning, but there's just something you're not quite grasping. Very good. It's very similar to like a square is
well, yeah, because a cougar wants to have sex with a younger man. A MILF doesn't necessarily want to have sex with a younger man. That's a mother I'd like to flippity floop.
a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't a square.
Thank you.
Parallelogram, I don't know. It's something like that. A square is a parallelogram. Rectangle is a parallelogram, but a rectangle is not a square. So, from Urban Dictionary, a cougar is an older, experienced woman who happens to find herself in a relationship, committed or not, with a younger man. I think is the most basic explanation.
There you go.
Going further,
I can agree.
she's not necessarily desperate. She offers expertise and is open to new experiences. She simply wants to have fun. Though older, she may actually look younger, attractive, confident. She's not interested in drama or games, as that would interfere with the pleasure she enjoys, from Urban Dictionary. A MILF is different. This is where we sort of get into the more abstract side of things. We talked about this idea of a MILF, summarized by, someone might say just, she's MILFy. You know what I mean?
I do.
And
I do. Sorry, my headphones did weird stuff.
Like someone who's overtly attractive and sexy, and a MILF. What I don't like about people saying that my analysis of Marissa Tomei as a MILF is incorrect and that she is a cougar is because I think the main thing is that a cougar is looking for it.
There you go.
Like
Thank
the animal
you.
that it references,
Absolutely.
the cougar's on the hunt. The cougar is in the jungle. It's hunting for the prey, the younger male. But a MILF is subdued behind this veneer of maturity and caringness.
Yes,
it's almost like a forbidden fruit type thing, right? Like, oh, that's naughty. That's that's not allowed.
This is why we come to Professor Lando.
But a cougar is on the hunt. That's a distinction. And not only a motherly figure, because it's very obvious that an aunt is definitely a proxy for a motherly figure, but just motherly vibes. You can have a feeling. And part of that motherliness is not like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you. Too aggressive. That's a cougar. MILF is different. I hope we cleared it up.
I
really don't want to see some misinterpretations of MILFiness.
I appreciate it.
I was very shocked at the number of students that had this misconception. So let's just make it clear. Also, I'm glad people are finding
we all learned something.
finding the lectures, mostly thanks to my groundbreaking. Basically, the Professor Lando Venn diagram of submissive and breedableness. This is going to be a more in-depth look in my submissive and breedable theorem. So this will be a preview into a future lecture, which is the Fembology lecture, ancillary to the Fajoshi Yaoi lecture. It might stand alone based on how the curriculum is panning out. The submissive and breedable Venn diagram is my theorem, originally created when I worked in the Fembology department. Okay, and some would say that I'm not proud, but some would say that our experiments on the femboys were maybe a little short of ethical. Some would say maybe a little unethical. And yes, but it was a different time.
I don't think I got to that yet. I've only watched a couple of Lando videos, but yeah, these are very informative. Thank you very much, Professor.
And yes, reflecting back, I can say that I do regret some of the things we did to those femboys, but society was able to progress.
Or maybe I did see that one. I don't know.
I think that's what's important here. For the sake of
remember
seeing
he was talking about a
potential
stall
maximized, sacrifices must unfortunately be made, and some of the femboys were lost. But part of those advancements is that I was able to come up with this theorem. So here we have submissive. Here we have breedable. You can see right here where they cross. This cross section is known. This is the bussy. This is the bussy. Where submissive and breedable meet. There's more to the theorem. You can introduce additional layers to it. And we'll just do one example right here. What's the point of a theorem if it's not applicable? If there aren't applications of it in real life? So an example of the submissive and breedable Venn diagram, you can start to apply things. Here, what do we have here? If you add French classical music to the submissive and breedable Venn diagram, we get another section right here. You see that?
French classical music.
Right there. And what do we get?
Debussy.
Debussy. Claude Debussy,
obviously,
to be exact. The French Impressionist composer, Debussy.
Absolutely.
French Impressionist composer. Though he would not admit to himself to be an Impressionist composer.
I need new headphones.
Very much dislike that term. But again, submissive, breedable, bussy. Submissive, breedable French classical music, Debussy. We talk about applications. And I'm very happy that some academics have been able to apply my work. Here, Professor Lando. Me, submissive and breedable meet, and the crossover with Professor Lando up here. This is where the profussy is. Submissive and breedable. That's where the bussy is.
Profussy.
Submissive, breedable, French classical music. Debussy, French Impressionist composer.
Absolutely.
Submissive, breedable, Professor Lando.
Professor Lando, profussy, submissive, breedable, obviously. Yep, it checks out. We're good.
Profussy, looking like Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings now. Deeply turned on. Could you explain why? It's probably the sweater vest. Probably.
Might be.
Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings. Shang-Chi in the 10 bussies. I'm Shang-Chi. I do have my pre-planned curriculums for the semester. But if you want to see Professor Lando to cover a topic, perhaps give a full lecture on a topic that I maybe don't have pre-planned, but you have something. Go ahead and let Professor Lando know.
Okay.
This wasn't in the original curriculum, but we got a comment on YouTube asking Professor Lando. They asked, can you do a lecture on Omegaverse? And I was like, yes, I can do a lecture on Omegaverse. And if you guys don't know what Omegaverse is,
I don't.
That's okay, because Professor Lando will be covering that. We are the Ligma University Cat Boys.
Okay.
Nia, let me hear you. Let me hear you, Nia.
Yeah.
That's right. Ligma U, Nia.
Yeah.
Can I transfer to Sugma State, or is it too late? The cheer uniforms. The cheer uniforms with the cattail plug. What? Okay, so Babs, that's the thing. Ligma University's cheerleaders are all femboys.
Obviously.
Are all boys.
Obviously, what kind of games are we playing here? Yeah, they're femboys, dude. That's what we're doing.
Because I know, some people say it's a little outdated, right? The barriers. But it's just tradition. When they're out on the, when our player, when our players are out on the field and they're bringing home the gold for Ligma U against our rivals at Summer State, they look over and see the femboy cheerleaders we got.
Oh yeah,
it pushes them just a little further beyond. Mm-hmm. Get a little bit more of that test flowing, and they can just
go beyond, young Midoriya.
Just get that dub for Ligma U. Okay, I don't know if that one. I don't know.
No, that's good. You got it.
All right, let me demonstrate. Let me get the school colors.
All right.
Here at Ligma U, we bleed orange and blue.
Hell yeah, we do.
It's actually strategic. It's a strategic thing to give
Broncos colors. All right, it's good. I like that.
Us an edge during the games.
Maybe some Boise
Because
State, possibly.
when they, what does this look like? The neuron activation from its strategy. Whatever we can do to get ahead. Whatever we can do to get ahead. And this is how Ligma University sports stays ahead.
The fanboy's looking a little rough there.
Dirt slurper, volunteer to clean the tail plugs. That's actually, you know, I don't mean to put you down, but it's very presumptuous to say you volunteer. The tail plug cleaner is actually a very sought after position here at Ligma University. And you actually have to submit an application to the student union.
Obviously.
They go through thousands
We're
of
professional.
applications. But I do appreciate the enthusiasm. And again, so I don't mean to put you down, but that is how it works.
Very good. I'm glad I came back to Lando. Do-do-do, ba-da-do, we're the cat boys and we like to party. Let's all go and start some... I can't rhyme with party. Okay. Yeah. My God. That was very informative. Thank you to Professor Lando for that. Dude, I did actually go running in the rain, and my hair's all skibbity-gooped. Oh, that made it better. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. It makes me feel real good inside and helps out the channel. And if you got any, suggestions, comments, you want to call me a jerk, put it down in the comments. It's good. And we do get to suggestions eventually. So I got to this one eventually. So hopefully we can do more of these. Thank you very much. And I hope this will come out on Friday. So have a good Friday and have a good weekend. I will be streaming at least once on the weekend. So if you see me live, don't be afraid to come and say hello. Yeah, bye.